Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for today's video. My name is David. This video is about borderline and abandonment issues that they most commonly have. And not exclusive to people with borderline personality disorder, some of us who have been neglected in childhood, things like this. So this might apply to you. You might have fear of abandonment issues. You may have had them. Maybe that's why you're watching them. Maybe you know somebody who has borderline personality disorder in your life. You have a relationship with them. Or you know somebody that has fear of abandonment issues. Or you knew somebody that did, an ex, someone in your family, something like this. Maybe that's why you're watching this. So, abandonment. I don't want to get too far into where it comes from. I can't say it's exactly for everyone this. Borderline personality disorder in itself, a lot of it, the big factor is genetic. Maybe you have a predisposure, a neurosis might affect it. But we also, maybe all of us, have been abandoned throughout our childhood. Maybe we believed we were being abandoned when our mother simply went to the bathroom. Because we didn't know. She didn't tell us. She did, we didn't understand. We're by ourselves. We're alone. How scary could that be as an infant, a baby who can't walk, talk, feed themselves? Very, very scary. I think it's important the bond the mother and child form. I've heard people say that borderline personality disorder began right after birth. That relationship that they had with their mother, or the one that they may not have had. My point is that maybe we've all been abandoned, felt abandoned, and it's important what we did about it, or what our parents did about that. How well did they reassure us when they came back? How well were we able to reassure ourselves? Abandonment causes attachment styles such as anxious attachment style, if it's worse than even avoidant attachment style. When these people in adulthood form adult relationships, these feelings will surface. Feelings of anxiety, maybe worry, hypervigilance, obsession. I think what's important in relationships is if somebody can reassure themselves when their partner's not there, right? Think of the times that someone's alone, just because their partner's at work all day. And what do they do? What do we do? Do we reassure ourselves and tell ourselves it's going to be okay, they're getting off work soon? Or can we not do that? Or does it not help if we say that? We don't believe it. We need our partner to do that for us, and we send them a text. Hey, honey, how's work? What are you doing? Working. When are you getting off? 5 o'clock. Are you coming home right after? Always do. So the problem and causes, it's in relationships, because it's the single most important thing to us. We have to have relationships with people. We have to have our emotional needs met. And if we can't reassure ourselves, there's no way our partner can either. I truly, truly believe that. I think if you have a relationship with somebody who has abandonment issues, all we can do is keep reassuring that person. And it may not be enough, and that person may not be able to reassure themselves. Emotional security. You hear me talk about that quite a bit. So this may be trauma to a child who believes that they've been abandoned. Traumatic. Fear. A phobia of it. In later years, if they don't heal from this, they're easily triggered. Always looking for it. They may perceive abandonment where it doesn't even exist. Can you guys give me examples where a partner or somebody in your life believed that you're abandoning them when you had no intention whatsoever, and you're maybe just doing some daily activity, going to work? I've used the examples of, I've had somebody in my life with such fear of abandonment, even a pay raise, right? A higher position. I'm more successful. I'm leaving you behind. Yeah. The signs are clear in relationships, aren't they? You're not coming back. You don't like me anymore. Why do you talk to her? You're flirting with her. Right? Clear signs. It can become obsession. Fear of abandonment that controls, ruins relationships has to be from somebody unstable, somebody that can't reassure themselves, easily triggered, hypervigilant, looking for it, anxious, and obsessive thoughts. Absolutely. Black and white thinking. Oh, you love me, you're going to be together with me, we'll be together forever. You're going to leave me, you don't love me anymore. And this causes self-sabotage. A person with fear of abandonment very likely may abandon you. I'm not saying they will. I know a lot of people will chime in down below. People maybe with BPD say, no, I never abandon, I'll stay forever. I'm always afraid that they'll abandon me, but I still stay. But people with borderline personality disorder, it's very common that they self-sabotage. My boss doesn't like me anymore, they're going to fire me. I quit. Well, did they tell you they're going to fire you? No, but I just knew they were. My boyfriend doesn't like me anymore. Didn't even call me back. Now they take 20 minutes to an hour to text me back. I'm sick of it. Like, I don't need to wait. See what happens. This can create a narrative in a relationship that affects the other person majorly afterwards. Borderlines will parentify people easily. Make you responsible for how I feel. Not just, you made me feel this way, you need to make me feel better. You abandoned me, you're never there for me, you don't love me. This is a narrative that's hard to deal with after a relationship, during a relationship especially, but after a relationship where you really care for someone. Always having to prove it. I think there's a dichotomy that we have to deal with in relationships with people that can't reassure themselves. It's, we're reassuring our partner who has a lack of self-reliance, that cannot reassure themselves. That is a huge, huge problem. And it's one of those things where we have no control, maybe, over it. And we have to accept this. I don't mean accept the relationship this way. You can if you want. But we have to accept that there's no security in this relationship. If you can't reassure your partner and offer them security, then your relationship is neglectful. If you can't reassure your partner, you can't possibly be reassured. And then the number one thing, most important in your relationship, is non-existent. This causes stress. This will cause problems. This will cause someone to abandon a relationship out of fear, with false beliefs and false accusations afterwards. And then we feel guilty. I didn't do enough for them. Any of you felt like this? Any of you dealt with these problems, issues? Any of you have fear of abandonment, or maybe used to have it? How did you get better? I don't think it gets better by the right person you date. I think that you will sabotage a relationship going into it where you can't reassure yourself, and you know that. We have to start learning how to reassure ourselves, for sure. Then we can reassure other people. I would imagine my partner always believing I'm cheating on them would be very difficult for them to reassure me. They'll always be there for me, right? Let me know what you guys think. Ask questions, please. Always love yourself first. I'll see you guys later. Bye.